I did not want to share this video with you because of pride and guilt and ego. I lived in Jamaica for 2 years without working, and I lived for 6 months in Canada without working.
JP, woo, better wake up.
Good morning. Just want you to know that I hate doing this. I hate doing this. Living as if I'm surviving. I hate working hard. And when I say working hard, I mean working hard doing something that I don't love. Doing something that makes me think while I'm doing it if I should be there or not. I hate working for people and feeling irritated, feeling uncomfortable, feeling like I don't belong there. And I believe nothing is wrong with that. I believe that God has not called us to work hard. We have this thing about us where we just feel like we just need to grind, you know, to make it in this life. And God has not called us to grind, you know. God has not called us to sacrifice our life. He has already paid the price and sacrificed his life and went through the burden. But we want to carry that cross. We want to carry that burden in our life by trying to work hard. When you work hard, at the end of it, you don't feel like God provided. You feel like you have provided because you have worked hard for this. But when you are relaxed and you rest or let go and let God, and God provides for you, then you know that, okay, yeah, this was God. And I'm a living witness of that, because many times I have been in situations where I feel like I'm working in construction and I'm feeling like I don't belong there, and deep in my soul I just know that God has called me to something better or greater. I mean, as a construction worker you can have a purpose there, but for me I don't feel like that is where I belong. And so back in the day, before I am where I am right now, before traveling the world, I let go my job. It was a crazy move because people look at me crazy, my parents look at me crazy, but I had to do it. So I was moving from my father's garage to construction, back to my father's garage, and I was always back and forth, and I wasn't getting along with anyone in construction, with my father, because while I'm there I just felt like I don't belong there. I felt deep in my soul that this is not what God has called me to do. The Bible says that if a man works except the Lord builds a house, a man laboreth in vain. So I might be working and laboring in vain because this is not aligned to what God has called me to do. So when I left my father's garage and construction and decided I'm not going to work, I pursued what I felt deep down in my heart that I needed to pursue at that time. I even left my musical band to pursue football. I was pursuing football, so I left my country, Tobago, and went to Trinidad to pursue professional football, not knowing that this door of opportunities, it was right behind that door. It was right there. I never knew that just taking a jump, leaving Tobago and going to Trinidad would have allowed me first to live and work at a hotel. Also, I did not know that that same hotel, after a year, that my wife was going to have a layover at that hotel, flying back to her country, which is Jamaica. Getting married to her that same year. We are celebrating 5 years of marriage now. We have 2 boys. We have traveled to about 4 countries: England, Scotland. I've traveled to Jamaica. She have traveled to TNT and Canada. So we have been traveling, and I never thought that my life would have been like this if I really stuck to, oh, I need to grind and I need to work hard to make ends meet or to accomplish certain things. I would have not been able to travel all these places. I just know that deep down in my heart, God was calling me to do this, and I didn't care what anybody else had to say. Even in my band, my musical band, they were like, you're leaving your ministry, musical ministry, to go and play football. Football could have been my ministry too, and it still can be my ministry, but God had called me to create my own ministry, which is what we have here now, the Faith Family. I never knew that my wife and I never even knew that I would have had a wife, but I took that jump, and now we have a ministry called the Faith Family. And that is because I did not labor in vain. My work, God has called us to work. He said, by the sweat of your brow you shall eat. Yes, he said that. And he said, faith without works is dead. So you have to have action, which is what I did. I take action by moving, but I didn't do something that is against what God has called me to move after. I did what I felt deep in my heart. And the Bible said many are called and few are chosen. And I believe that the few that are chosen are those that are obedient. Because we are all called. We are all created for a purpose on this earth, which means that we are all called. But because we choose to disobey, we are not the chosen ones. But when you obey, you are chosen. Because if I did not obey, my wife might have flown to Trinidad, and I would not have been there to see her, to meet her, to marry to her, to make 2 children with her, to travel to all these countries with her, to be where I am today. It would have not been possible if I grind and work hard and try to make ends meet and try to press. Because, and let me tell you, honestly, I did not want to share this video with you because of pride and guilt and ego. I lived in Jamaica for 2 years without working. After I left Jamaica, I went to the UK and I was a stay-at-home dad. I only worked 3 hours in the night, but I was a stay-at-home dad. During the day I was home. After I left the UK, I went to Canada and I lived for 6 months in Canada without working. Did I do that? No, I did not. God provided for me because I went for what I believe deep down in my heart, that is what God is calling me to go after. And so I had to let go my ego and my pride. Everyone thinks that they need to get up and work 9 to 5. You can work 9 to 5, but is this something that you love? Is it something that is fulfilling purpose? Because if you're not fulfilling purpose, you're laboring in vain. And the Bible says that if a man except the Lord builds a house, he that labored in vain. And I will be at home now and then. I will slip up, and when I say slip up, means going and work for people because of desperation, because of fear. And the funny thing is, I have seen many times where I have decided to not work for someone, and it has been fearful on both sides. Fearful by going to work for someone, and fearful of not making any money if I don't work for someone. And that side of being fearful of not working for someone and being able to make money still, I had to replace it with faith. And many times God has showed up for me because of my faith. Many times God has provided for my family because of faith. Some people start calling us the sojourners now because everywhere we go, people take care of us. Go to Canada, we got taken care of. Scotland, England. Listen, now we are back here in Tobago. God always take care of us because we move by faith. We put our faith over our fears. We are fearful a lot of times of not being able to provide for, and I understand, because I get fearful sometimes. How would I provide for my family, my two loving boys and my wife? How am I going to provide for them if I don't work? Sometimes it comes like that, but then on the other side, God just shows up. Even while you're doing it, you're fearful, you know, but God always shows up, and you just get that ease, you just get that grace in, you just get that favor, and it feels scary doing it, but when God provides, it feels more fulfilled, it feels more peaceful, it feels more relaxing. No grinding. It's not like I have done this, I have worked hard to get this. I have rested and I have put it in God's hands, and He made a way. So I just want to encourage you to not try to work hard. And it sounds crazy, but not try to work hard doing something that you don't love. Don't be working hard being in an environment where you're thinking of, oh, I should not be here, I should not be in this place, I should be somewhere else. If you're not feeling good in your heart, if you're not feeling as if you're fulfilling purpose, then you should leave. If you're not feeling deep down in your soul a calm, peaceful flow while you're doing what you're doing, then it's not for you to be. That place is not where you're supposed to be. Once you're not feeling that flow of God fulfilling purpose, you're not where you're supposed to be. A lot of people that have been working hard have not traveled to the places that I have traveled, and it was not money that allowed me to reach these places. It was not money that allowed me to marry my wife. It was not money that allowed my kids to travel so many places at that tender age. You understand? It was not money. Money does not bring us fulfillment. Fulfilling purpose brings us fulfillment. So this is my encouragement to you, to not try to grind. Flow, and put your faith over your fear, because trust me, God always provides. There's no point in time where He has failed us. He said in His word that He has never and will never put to shame those who put their trust in Him. So trust God and believe that what God has called you to, He will bring you through.
Wake up.